Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to Footy Judge. More people. Arsenal cruise past Brighton, or did they? Kai Havertz score again. Now he's almost at double digits in the Premier League, if I'm not mistaken, proving everybody wrong. Arteta moved the midfielder up top, and now he cannot stop scoring, people. He literally can't stop scoring. Absolutely brilliant goal, brilliant movement, fooled Lewis dunk. Arsenal, did they deserve the penalty in the first half? We'll talk about that. Did that open up the game? We'll talk about this as well. But Arsenal, they were in control against Brighton. I know a lot of people said that, oh, Mo, you said it was a banana skin. I still think it was a banana skin, and I will explain why. Yes, the scoreline says 3-0, but that proves that Arsenal's defense will always give them the upper hand. Always. In any game, Arsenal's defense don't allow chances to the opposition, which always gives an Arsenal a bigger chance. Manchester City on the other side won against Crystal Palace 4-2. It was 4-1. I literally went to bed after the fourth goal because it was 6:30 in the morning here. But their defense is still suspect. However, Kevin De Bruyne is probably the best and the biggest X factor in this league. Kevin De Bruyne, absolutely brilliant. The first goal he scored and the other goal he scored with the left foot. The guy is out of this world. People want to say system or not system. Kevin De Bruyne today proved that it's not about the system. It's about his individual brilliance. The guy is absolutely fantastic and magnificent. And Man City at the end, they literally can win the games when they play in a second fiddle team or something. And absolutely fantastic today by Manchester City because they were fell 1-0 behind and their head were not down and they were absolutely cruising and they were good. You thought that they never thought that they would lose the game. For Arsenal, though, this is the game that I said if Arsenal win this game, and I predicted a close to 1 and at the end it ended 3-0, that Arsenal can literally win every single game from now until the end of the season. I see no reason, I see no signs of Arsenal stopping and Arsenal being stopped. But anyway, big up everybody that is here. I have no idea how many people are here, but all I can tell you is that we have over 200 people here. Before we even start talking with everybody, and I want everyone now, stop what you're doing, hit that like button because you're in for a great show. We'll talk to the guys. Hamza couldn't make it because Hamza is outside of London, so he couldn't make it. He apologized and said he can't make it today. I want you to hit that like button now, and if you're watching this on the replay, like the video because my target, like you always, 300 to 400 likes live and 500 to 600 likes after the show has ended on the replay. So hit that like button now underneath the live chat. Come on, people. And I want to welcome a fantastic panel, and we'll be joined by Saad, who's asking for the link. Instead of saying hi, like and subscribe as usual. Saad, he never said hi or like and subscribe. But we're joined by Vator, of course, absolutely brilliant guy. Vator coming clutch as always to represent Man City and talk everything. Dio, the guy, the one and only, the Texan, my Texan brother here from Austin, Texas, 2 hours away from me, which is just around the corner, literally. And Nemi, Thomas Partey lookalike, as people say. Thomas Partey lookalike is joining me. And of course, the Sicilian Gooner himself from London, Giuseppe, is here with us. Big up everybody that is here. We'll join by Saad. It's just sad because the first thing he said is send the link. There is no magnificent sad. There is nothing. It's just sad. But Vator, I'm going to start with Manchester. I know all of you want to talk about Arsenal, but it's only fair to start with the first game. We'll keep going. We'll talk about Arsenal. Vator, how did you assess the game?
I assess the game as a tricky one, right? Crystal Palace, I know you guys like to dismiss it in terms of how tough they've been for City, but all clubs have their quote-unquote bogey teams, the teams that give them problems, and Crystal Palace has been that team for us. Even when Patrick Vieira was their manager, for whatever reason, they found a way to not have us get maximum points. So I was really happy with the performance overall because I think we were in control despite going down that one goal early. But it also speaks to, like, if clubs take their chances, right? If clubs play with a little bit of courage, if clubs play with a little bit of vulnerability, there's risk and reward. and Crystal Palace definitely executed that. The fact that they were able to get 2 on us explains that to a high degree, shows that to a high degree. In terms of, you take chances versus City, you'll be rewarded for it. But I was so confident with how we were set up, and before the game even played, that starting 11, I was like, yes, Pep, I like that rotation. I like the players that I see on that bench. I like the players that we have as an option if it's to steal out the game or if it's to chase a goal if we happen to have. That bench was phenomenal. Foden being on there, Bernardo Silva. It just spoke to Pep looking at Champions League. And listen, 4-2, I'll take that. I would have preferred a 4-1, but a 4-2, I'll take that and move on. KDB showed, or I don't think he showed. I think he reminded a lot of you. I think he reminded a lot of you that talk about him in a poor way, or talk about him in a way that he's not that guy, or shamelessly want to compare him to others. I think he's that guy. He's clear. So KDB reminded everybody, don't doubt me. The only reason why you're talking about me right now is because I'm recovering from a hamstring injury, and you saw me put my body on the line last season for this trouble. Don't count me out. And when we have him, Foden, Rodri, Stones, when we're healthy, we're dangerous. So I think that's a big reason why so many of you have City as favorites, because when we're healthy, we're unstoppable. But yeah, business as usual. We look at Real Madrid now.
Look, when I was watching, I don't know if anybody else watched the game, and people in the chat, you know what? We're gonna absolutely we're gonna do the super chats. If you want to send super chats, if you want to get involved in the conversation, I want to know what you think. Let me know what you think. We're gonna stop and respond to every single super chat, people. Giuseppe, how did you see the City's defense though? Halfway line, standing halfway line. Is this City defense can get at?
Oh, 100% it can be got at. But the one thing that City do have is this. This is why when they say, oh, look, like applauding Crystal Palace, applauding Aston Villa for getting goals on them and playing that game, but then they've scored 4 past both them teams. So yes, they open up and they're vulnerable, but then they can just punish you like that. So it's like, it's almost like they realize right now, I think Pep Guardiola, from how I see it, I feel like Pep Guardiola knows that his team ain't that solid at the back right now and stuff. So they're going to like outscore teams and stuff. They're going with a high line. They're just trying to choke teams out and win the game that way, which is fair. Like City have that capability, you know. They have them players. They have players like Kevin De Bruyne that can. He's unreal. Arguably one of the best midfielders ever in the Premier League. So yeah, man. But like, that game today for City, fair enough. Listen, I said when that first goal went in the 7th minute, I weren't happy about that. I'll be real, because a lot of people were like, yeah, it's Crystal Palace. I said too early to go ahead against City. That means that you've woken them up from this early. I don't see them losing the game now. I think they'll win it, and that's what happened. So,
Mo, let me speak on this, because
yeah, you can, please.
Yeah, this is what I find interesting. For those of you that watched the game, did you see any of the goals that City scored today being a result of Crystal Palace being opened up? Or were they just simple like every other club? They got choked, they got pressed in the 18, and we showed brilliance. Because I didn't see any, they played expansive, overly committed in offense and left themselves leaky defensively on how we got goals. I just saw us continue to do what we do, play against a low block, in the 18-yard box, get a goal. Now, I don't think it's easy to just dismiss Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, Crystal Palace specifically, because they didn't leave themselves vulnerable for those goals that we scored. They did not. So easy, Arsenal fans. I know you're still kind of feeling it with regards to how defensive you guys played, but there's nothing to say that if you were a little more adventurous, that you couldn't have gotten a better result. There really isn't.
No. Yeah, listen, they did sit back to a certain extent, but they also played out, bro. They played out, and this is what happens when you play out against City. Like if you defensively are solid, as you guys want to say, but you do what you guys are saying that they're doing, which is, oh, look at them, they're playing now, they're actually having a go. You get slapped 4-1. You get slapped 4-2. That's what happens. That's what happens. But hold on, Vega. Hold on, because I've seen these City fans and try and do these little cheap digs and congratulating teams for playing. Yeah, like
It's not
Veta,
a cheap dig.
Patrick, yeah, that come here to these little cheat digs that are like, oh, congratulations for the teams for coming out and playing out against us and actually showing some sort of oomph. Those teams that showed that oomph got slapped, peppered, and left in the box, bro. And on to the next one. We actually found out that sometimes at the Etihad, you just can't come out and play that type of football. And to be honest, even though that happened, we still had the better chances in the game. Even though people are telling me,
are we going to last Sunday? Are we going to the last game?
Either way, I don't want to get onto that. I don't want to get onto that. I want to speak about. I want to speak about this game
right now.
But I want to speak about this game. But Veta knows how to twist buttons and press buttons and twist.
Sad, can I jump in real quick and say something? Right.
Let him.
I just want to say one thing just quickly about. I think Rodri had an off game today. He doesn't look how he normally
in the first half.
If you look at how he plays,
he was horrendous. I agree with Saad.
The level that he normally plays, the Rodri level that he normally plays, this guy was below it, bro. Today, he just looked off, bro. He looked tired. He looked done out, bro. Like, you know, when somebody's tired and you can see that they're fatigued.
He looked like the rest of the sixes in this league. I agree. He wasn't playing to his standard today, but yeah.
Bro, this guy. Well, like,
I just want to say that
low level.
I wanted to say this to City that congratulations, good game. Of course, it's not easy to play Crystal Palace. Forget what anybody says. Any game in this league is hard, right? And it is City. City is a big team. I think most City fans, after the last game, I heard a lot of City fans crying out, Foden can play that 10 role. We should bench KDB now. It was City fans that were saying it, not rival fans. So KDB was just proving to you City fans that he's still the man. It was City fans saying that Foden can take the 10 role. Go on Twitter, go look at all the City fans who were saying, oh my God, this is what we're talking about. Play Foden in that 10. I think KDB can come in. He needs to rest. You know, he's had an injury. We can do this. We can let him rest in this game, then play him in another game. It was City fans saying it. What rival fans were saying is that KDB is not fit. So that was the big difference. So I'm just saying KDB today not only proved rival fans wrong, he also proved the City fans who were asking for him to be benched wrong, that he's still the man. And he is arguably one of the best midfielders this league has ever seen.
Listen, no.
Let me finish. When you did yours, I did not. I let you finish. Let me finish. I am giving you your props. Man City played very well in the second half. The second half, I said it earlier before you came in. The way City played in the second half reminded me of City of last season. And that was very scary. Like the way they played, Crystal Palace defended with their life at a point, and they would just cut through them, and all of a sudden, boom, the ball was in the back of the net. It looked like FIFA. It literally looked like FIFA. Honestly, you know, like when you play FIFA and you just pass, and shoot, boom. That's what it looked like. Some of those goals, I was like, what is going on here? Like I sat down, I was watching it again, and I normally tape the game, so I go back and rewatch because my DVR thing, and I went back and looked at some of those goals, and I'm like, this is City of last season. This is City. This in the second half, it was City of last season that we saw there. You're right about Rodri. Rodri did not play to the standards that we know Rodri to be playing to. I mean, of course, he still played okay, but we know what Rodri brings to that team. We know how good Rodri can be, and so it's just scary to think that they're hitting this form now in the last 7 games, because it simply means that they look like if they play the way they played in the second half, City played second half today, they go on to win their next 7 games. If they keep playing the way they played in the second half against Crystal Palace today, and they take that form into the next games, they go on to win their next 7 games.
I'm going to say this. Oh, go ahead. I've spoken already.
Okay, I'm only responding because you took a cheeky dig at my Arsenal. That's the only reason I'm talking on this, because I didn't watch. Because you're saying, oh, if we weren't a little more adventurous, we would have won. And I wanted to say something to you. Hold on, cheeky. I said, hold on. Let me explain. It's a sore spot for us as Arsenal fans. I didn't even watch the City game today. You know why? They're behind me, and regardless of whatever happens, we have to win every single game. I'm not going to wake up at 5 a.m. to catch City. That really doesn't matter. The only team that matters right now is who is in front of us, who we can control. I'm not watching the City game. And to talk about the defender you're talking about, there's a way you have to play against Manchester City. Any rival fan, any Arsenal fan that's talking about City in any negative way, or De Bruyne, Kevin De Bruyne, actually the most viewed video on my channel was because I was talking about how incredible De Bruyne is as a soccer player and as a football player and as a Man City leader. And a lot of Man City fans were just saying, oh, an Arsenal fan giving us props. Every reasonable Arsenal fans know how good De Bruyne will always be forever. And the only issue is that it cannot be us or people who are just trying to take a dig. Because if you're being honest with yourself, De Bruyne will always be the legend. He's that guy.
Yeah. And the thing is, he is that guy. And again, there's a handful of City fans that were asking for KDB to get rest, not necessarily to be dropped because he's not performing well. It's realizing the importance of what he's going to mean for the three cups that we're trying to get. We're still trying to get the league, we're still trying to get FA, and we're still trying to get the Champions League. And we know that we're going to need him. We're going to need him available. If there's any City fan that we're talking out about dropping KDB or he needs to be replaced with Foden, then I would challenge their football knowledge. But those that were saying we need him dropped to be rested and healthy, I agree with that. Now, listen, I'm going to say this for the probably not the last time, because maybe other Arsenal fans are going to get triggered. My only point with regards to, I played against Aston Villa, I played against Crystal Palace. London teams are going to defend for their lives against us. We know that. If a team comes to the Etihad, or even when we travel to their grounds, if they are not thinking defense first, they're going to lose. But my only thing with regards to the battle, the epic fight that I was expecting to see versus Arsenal, just a little more attack, just a little bit. That's all. I'm not taking a slight. Arteta got his result. He wanted a draw. He got it. But if you showed a little more courage, a little more vulnerability in terms of going for it, I think the outcome's different. Because Mo asked the question to begin this. What does City's defense look like? And you guys said leaky. So when it's leaky, why are you going to be defending like you are so much? Show a little more attack. That's it.
Vader, we're talking about the Etihad.
Hold on, Deo. It's not even that. Vader, do you realize, if I didn't have Gabriel Jesus on that left wing and I had Martinelli, who is an explosive player that has pace behind him and tech, do you realize that I would have scored maybe 2 or 3 goals?
Yeah, but from the chances that we've got. No, but let's
Akanji and Rico Lewis on that side.
Sad.
They could have been taken advantage of.
But hold on. But let's all agree that Jesus puts in a better defensive shift, which is what your manager was first thinking, than Martinelli. So you get a plus, and you get a minus.
But also, Vader, you have to realize, you also have to realize that Martinelli was just coming back from an injury, which is why we didn't play him. It's not because we were trying to play defensive. The boy was injured. He had a cut foot. He had a cut foot, and that's why we put him on the. So you have to understand that if we had played our full team with Martinelli, all this talk that you're saying a little, we had more chances on goal against you than you did against us. You had 1 shot on target.
You had 2.
You had 1.
We held you to 6 shots the entire game.
You had 1. You had 1 shot on target against us.
And you had 2. What are we bragging about?
So which is bigger, 2 or 1? If I have 2 cars and you have 1, who has more cars? If I have 2 plates of food, you have 1, who has more? If I have 2 bottles of drinks and you have 1, who has more? So what is the argument? 2 and 1, which is the difference? Tell me.
See, you guys are getting riled up already.
No, this army I talk. I'm not riled up. No.
But you want to emphasize the 2 versus 1. Okay, you had 2 shots on target. Mm-hmm. I had 1 shot on target.
I had all the possession. And you had all the possession, but one shot on target.
I took 6 shots on 6 shots. You took 6. Now, since 2021, no team has held Arsenal to 6 shots in an entire game, and we did that by accident. More so did that.
Since how many years have you not scored that? Really?
No, you done that.
Really?
Dale, let me finish. We held you to 6 shots the entire game, and we did that by accident because of how you chose to defend that entire game.
You know what? Let's talk about today's game. Your game today. Let it go, Vader. You can't hold it back anymore.
And I have to say one thing. Vader is a champ for fending for all of this. And actually, Vader is actually talking about his team, and he's actually saying that Arsenal should have attached more. I think he has all the right to say that. Please, let me talk, please, because we're 6 people. If we all speak over each other, nobody's going to hear anything from all of us. Simply, Vader is holding Arsenal to the standards of what Arsenal fans are saying their club should be at. Arsenal fans said, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this. And then they went to the Etihad and defended. For Mo, by the way, also Arsenal did what they had to do. Arsenal should have did it for Mo. I said Arsenal should have had what to. But how are you guys saying that Man City fans should accept the Arsenal, the mighty Arsenal that you guys are talking about, went to their ground and defended that deep? So Man City fans are saying, imagine if Man City went to the Etihad. And I just always, and I'm not playing devil's advocate here. It's as simple as that. Guys, just imagine if Man City went to the Emirates and defended that deep. Yes, they went counter-attacks or whatever, and they defended with everyone behind the ball in the first third of the field. What would your reaction be? Just think about it.
Mo, they did that already
at the Emirates
this season. At the Emirates, you could see a video. You could see a video of Martinelli going into the box. There is their whole squad. Haaland was in the box. Haaland standing like a bozo
at the Emirates?
In the box, bro. So please, let's not.
Haaland.
Mo, sorry.
Why is Mo
that one sec. Mo, what you just said as well. I hear what you say. I hear what City Black fans are saying. Keep Arsenal to the standards that the fans have set of this unbeatable Arsenal and this unstoppable Arsenal. But what I will say is, okay, then, but then you're not keeping to your standards of what what City fans saying that their home ground is scarier than a Bernabeu. They're the best team in the world by a country mile. Fair, because according to a lot of City fans, anything other than 3 points at home. Yeah, it's a failure for your team. So therefore, you're not holding your team by the standards. You should have beat us. We come to your ground. It's your place to beat us. We beat you when you come to our ground.
Yes, that's why it's a failure for City more than Arsenal.
100%. Exactly, 100%. And I'm not going to lie.
By the way, no one said otherwise. I did a show with Vader. No, Vader said that. Literally said that after the game.
Maybe not you, Vader, but a lot of City fans online, like the same way we're using a lot of Arsenal fans online when we're talking about how we should.
You don't have to use. No, you don't. Dale's right below you. He spoke heavy going into that game.
Yeah, I spoke heavy with Chess, and I'm still heavy.
But then what was your score prediction, bro? Like, what was your score prediction for the Arsenal City game?
What was your score prediction, Vader?
2-1.
Exactly. Did you get a 2-1? So you failed on your prediction. I failed on my prediction too. I said 3-1. I failed. You said 2-1. You failed. So why do you then now want to hold me to your standard? The standards you refuse to hold yourself to.
No,
let's forget that game. Look, let's move on.
Let's be honest. Everyone takes a point at City before. Everyone takes a point at City away from home. At the beginning of the season, you can ask any team, even Liverpool, and they'll take a point at City. Arguably the hardest game in the league for any team is City at the Etihad. Yeah. And bearing in mind, we haven't won there since 2015. Bearing in mind, even last season when we were cooking last season, you still smoked us there. So you got to take steps. Yeah. Now there's the little monkey off our back. We can keep a clean sheet at your ground. So next time we come to your ground, I want to see us be a bit more adventurous.
What is this?
I don't know whose phone's vibrating, bro.
It's Vader.
But yeah, so for me, I think the standards have to be both ways.
Okay, let's move on from this. But I just want to expose Saad. By the way, Saad, Man City had position at your ground. The position, I literally went and checked it. Arsenal versus Manchester City. Manchester City had 51% position. Arsenal had 49. The positional is Man City were higher than Arsenal. I'm just putting this out there. I'm just saying.
How many chances did they have?
Okay, hold on.
How much attacks did they have?
Okay, Nemi, I am responding to Saad's claim. I am not saying about chances or anything.
Okay.
Arsenal, literally, I came on this platform and Saad was here with me on an hour, and I said Arsenal played better than Manchester City at the Etihad.
You see this guy? Mo's actually a fraud because he said just to call out Saad. I checked.
I literally because you are saying go and check a picture of Haaland defending.
Okay, so what I want you to do is go check that possession stats and check where they held most of their possession. Most of their possession was held in their own half.
But that means they didn't just give the ball away.
It's not like they had us pinned in our half. They didn't.
Okay,
They
what
were
about
holding-
it doesn't
what?
matter, Sad. That's not the point. Nobody said they pinned who. We're saying about a team that went to the Emirates and they tried still to play. They had 51% position. They tried to play their game. This is what I'm talking. It's not a dig at Arsenal, Sad. It's not.
They're so
It's
sensitive.
not. It's not a dig at Arsenal. I'm just correcting a misinformation that is presented on the show. Right?
Khalas,
That's it.
khalas. Anyway,
Khalas,
let's,
let me do the super chat and then we move on. Because
Thank you. Thank
actually,
you.
before we
I'm
move
ready
on,
to go.
the last thing I want to say about Manchester City, Vater, are you worried with this defense at all? Conceding left and right, conceding chances. John Stones, I'm not gonna blame him. The whole defense was literally sleeping when Mateta was playing behind. They were literally something called, if you guys play football, it's called ball watching. You know that everyone is playing the guy who's playing the ball, and nobody's actually looking around. They have no positional awareness whatsoever. Are you worried, Vater? Before we move on to Arsenal?
The thing is, we weren't switched on, which I didn't like. It was too early in the game. It was within the first 10 minutes. We weren't switched on to read a loss in possession and that quick pass over the top to be able to run on. It's not concerning because Arsenal fans, relax. When we play the way we play and we're in attacking, when we lose the ball in certain areas of the pitch, and we're unaccustomed. Actually, losing that ball in that situation, it wasn't something that we typically do, and they caught us brilliantly on that counter. But I'm not concerned, with the exception of having my healthy players back. So I'm going into Champions League right now, and all that I'm hearing is Walker's not available, and I would prefer to have Walker on that side with a Vinicius. It looks like that's not available, but if I have a healthy Akanji and the rest of that defensive squad, and I need Ake back, I'm okay. But no, there's plus and minuses when you play attacking, expansive football, and sometimes you got to live with some of those things.
Yeah, let me do the super chats, guys, because now we're moving into Arsenal. So if you're gonna do a super chat now, I'm gonna actually post it, and then we're gonna talk about it. Ryan, big up Ryan. Arsenal are very serious. They ain't bottle jobs this year. They are more of a threat to us than City for the league, in my opinion. City are meaty defensively. Vater, is that true?
If this is a Liverpool fan, live it up. Take that, believe it, whatever you want. Sleep with that idea. Have that dream. If you believe it, that's good for you. To count out City, I don't know how you do that with the last 6 years. I really don't know how you count us out. But if you want to say Arsenal are more threatening, because you know what? Honestly, you could probably argue that because they are the hungrier. They're the hungriest of all three teams in this title race.
Guys,
I'm getting my charger.
I want to move on to the next super chat. Yeah. Guys, this is the section where we're going to respond to all the super chat.
I want to respond to that super chat.
Which one?
No, let me get my charger. I'll be right back.
Ryan, super chat? Go ahead.
The Liverpool one. I wanted to say he has
quickly,
a point
because we can't just stop on everything.
The extra point that just to buttress what he was trying to say, we've also proven that we are the team that they need to watch out for. How many teams have taken 4 points against Liverpool this season? And not just Liverpool, we did it against City. So he has every right to say that his focus should be on Arsenal. I can't even blame him for that.
Wow.
It's just the
Comdean
truth.
is saying the penalty was clear and the referee was good. I'm going to talk about it. Comdean, most opinion, is definitely wasn't a penalty, and there was enough evidence to overturn it by the VAR. And by the way, I said that on HUSAM's stream when he called me. Guys, my proof, okay, the one that is backing me is Lee Dixon. You guys know Lee Dixon, right?
Yeah.
Lee Dixon.
Yeah.
He's an Arsenal fan. He was on the commentary with Peter Drury here in America. You guys were watching. And Lee kept dwelling on it, not being you guys, Dio and Nemi, you watch the same feed as me.
Yeah, but I can respond to that.
I don't agree with Lee Dixon though. He was
and I can explain it why it's not a penalty, and you guys can dwell on it. But when we come to the Arsenal, we're gonna start with that. But because I have to move on to that. But Comdean, I didn't think. I know a lot of Arsenal fans will think it was a penalty. I didn't think it was. Maybe it's a subjective opinion, and we'll talk about it. And at the end, it's not important. The referee thought it's a penalty. I don't think it's cheating or anything. My opinion, I think it's incompetence. This is my opinion. I think there was a mistake that happened in that game. As much as I actually think that the referee didn't call a penalty on Manchester City in the game. Literally, Jordan Ayew was held down by Gavardiol, and somehow it wasn't even looked at enough. And when that happened the other way around, at least they look at it. So at least I'm being consistent. I thought the Gavardiol one should have been looked at least looked at. Emmanuel is saying Vator, as usual, running his agendas. Fraudulent king. Vator is great. I like Vator because he knows how to instigate, but Vator knows how to talk football, to be honest. Vator knows how to talk football. And if he rattles you guys, it's because he's saying his opinion, and I like it. That's why I like it.
He's a United fan, by the way. Emmanuel's a United fan.
United fan, bro.
It's not us.
It's not even Arsenal fan.
Faisal is saying Kai Havertz is close to beating his Chelsea record. He already beat Chelsea. He already did. And by the way, Castro, if you're watching me, I'm gonna talk about Kai Havertz because he texted me and said, "You said he's never gonna reach Granit Xhaka's level."
That's why I'm here.
When he was when he was at Manchester,
he told me to cook you.
Hold on, yeah. The last part, and you can't cook me for one reason.
No, we can.
I'll tell you why, and I'm gonna tell you why, and there's no response to it. Kai Havertz wouldn't beat Xhaka if he was playing a left 8. Granit Xhaka scored more than half his goals playing as a forward. End of discussion.
No, he didn't.
Literally, he did 9 goals. He scored 5.
No, you said Xhaka. That's why he meant Havertz.
You mean Havertz?
He scored, Havertz.
I heard
Havertz
you said
scored
Xhaka,
5 out of 9 goals playing a forward.
Yeah.
My point is, when I said about Granit Xhaka, he cannot replace Granit Xhaka as a left 8, and that's actually Arteta agrees with me. There is a reason why Arteta moved him to be a forward. Anyway, long story short, 2-0 Mo.
Footy manager
bro,
Mo.
It was never
Footy manager Mo.
2-0 Mo.
It was
Footy
never even
manager
1-0,
Mo.
bro. It was
2-0.
never even 1-0.
I'm gonna do the rest of the super chat. Because we don't win at the Etihad, no one wins at the Etihad. Very true, but no City fan wanna mention this. Vator, you haven't lost at the Etihad in 58 games. But Arsenal got the point. Everybody doesn't want to give them a praise. But let me finish the super chat and then you can respond. They have slapped us at our ground. The other has never happened since Pep. Go ahead, Vator.
I have no problem. I have no problem with them playing for the draw. I don't. I just point out that if they played with a little more courage, they actually could have left there with more than a draw.
Woulda, shoulda, maybe. Maybe.
You keep
an Arsenal fan?
You guys keep telling me how my defense is.
Vator, can I respond to you in one sentence? I literally think, right, that if Arsenal opened up, they would have lost the game. Genuine, no agendas, nothing.
Okay.
February 20.
No, let me just put it maybe word it different. Arsenal, if they opened up, they would have maybe put themselves at risk way more of losing the game and being third and being out of the title race. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, one
February 2023, Arsenal at the Etihad, 65% possession, and they slapped us 3-1.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's all you need to know.
You really wanted them to have that risk in a title race?
Why? He wanted that because he knows what would have happened.
Listen, Arsenal fans, I guess you need a little more quality. Get a little more quality, and then you don't have to play that way coming from.
You are a legend.
Do you believe in taking steps, bro?
So says, hold on. So hold on.
We'll talk about it later.
So says,
like you guys are biting. You guys are biting.
I need now, guys.
He just dangled the hook, bro.
So says the Vator who said we're not supposed to be close to this title race in one breath, and then in the next breath, if you have more quality, bro, make up your mind. Make up your mind.
Okay, guys, 800 people here, and we're not even on 400 likes. So, guys, you are being fraudulent. I really want you to hit that like button, people. The like button is make the show better. I love
when Mo says, like the video, guys. You're embarrassing.
You're embarrassing me. Hit that like button underneath the live chat. Close the live chat. Come on. Do this stat and it's gonna give like. Your laptop is gonna give likes. Yes, do this. See, here we go, people. Here we go. It's gonna do likes. Come on. Okay.
I don't know if mine did
Arteta
it,
masterfully stunk up at the Etihad. More Teta. Jack, he didn't. Absolutely, he didn't. He came up with a plan and he executed the plan, and they had a good chances to win the game. Anyway, moving on from this. Mo, look where they had their position. I did. They were probably a little bit deeper than what they should have because Arsenal didn't defend as deep as well. But still, City had the position. We aren't judging Arsenal when they had the position. People, Vator and Man City fans, are judging Arsenal based on how much they sat deep and how deep their lines were. It's not about on position. It's off position. That's what Man City fans are saying. You didn't press us. You let us have the ball in your half. That's the point, Comdine. But I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. Comdine has come back. They had position in their own half and sat in a low block when we had the ball. We did not press high that game. We sat in a high block. Both teams at that game, if I remember correctly, they were going back to their position once they lost the ball, right? But Arsenal were go check the position of the players on SofaScore. I literally checked it. You cannot debate that. Like, it was 50-50 game at Arsenal, and Arsenal took their chances. I thought Arsenal were more dangerous than City in a bit. And at the end, it's a goal. You go score a goal. You score a goal. You won the game. They deserve to win the game. I thought Arsenal was the better team, though, at the Emirates. I thought they were slightly the better team. Ben is saying, Mo, I love the fact that you're rattling both Arsenal and City fans as usual. It's a gift. Alhamdulillah. Secondly, I thought we have Dio versus Hamza debate after the match. I'm curious. Hamza couldn't make it. He had something to do outside of London and he couldn't make it home in time. And I think the panel here is good enough. Come on, what are you guys talking about? Vator is going against 4 Arsenal fans by himself.
We're not going against. We're not here to go against him. No, change that narrative. We were invited.
That's easy when you're I
don't look behind.
Vator, can you show me? Can you turn off your camera for a second so you can show us your little picture?
Oh no, you should have.
Look at this guy. Look at him when he turns off the camera. Look at his picture. Look what his picture says. Yeah, when he turns his camera off. Look at it. Best kept secret on YouTube. Wallahi, this guy's shameless, bro. Wallahi, just off that, he's shameless, bro. Look at the smile. Look at the smile.
You should have invited the Liverpool fan, the people that are going to be ahead of us. I'd rather debate the Liverpool fan and not a City fan.
I need to finish Super Chat because we want to move to Arsenal, right? We are actually talking about our City fans should let it go. Freaking cry babies. I don't think Vator cried.
I've let it go. I've let it go.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
Let it go, let it go.
Comdine, thank you, Comdine. Did Zerbi said that this isn't my quote? Oh yeah, okay. So we believe the Zerbi. Maybe no, probably. Thank you, Comdine. Appreciate you so much for the super chat. Did Zerbi said that? Yeah, we'll see how it goes. The cat killed curiosity. Big up for the super chat. Appreciate massively appreciate. Mo, how about holding City to triple standards? That's why I said City failed to win at the Etihad. And Saad, don't let this fraud get away with mocking us by saying the mighty Arsenal every time he actually mocks.
He loves that.
City was afraid at the Emirates. Facts. City were afraid at the Emirates. But I don't mock Arsenal.
This is why
when I say the mighty, I'm going to let you talk, Saad. I'm going to let you talk. When I say the mighty Arsenal, I genuinely mean when some fans come here and tell me, like Dio, and tell me we're going to slap Man City at the Etihad. When people predicted 3-1s at the Etihad, when people say we're going to impose our will at the Etihad, I need to hold you to the mighty Arsenal. When other fans like Saad, for example, when we previewed the game, Saad said on Al-Awa, it's going to be tough for us. If we get a point, I'll be happy. That's Saad, right? So I'm holding the mighty Arsenal is not directed to everybody.
What about the mighty City that said you're coming to the Etihad?
That's why they failed, Dio.
We're going to
that's why they failed.
So hold them to that standard too. So
that's why I said they failed. What more standards than the standard they failed?
Nah. You guys are not holding them to the same standard. You're holding
Mo is, to be fair, Dio, Mo is City fans themselves that aren't.
No, not you, Mo. I'm talking about the City fans who sat here, who sat down with me in different screens. When I was saying that Arsenal would slap them up 3-1, they were saying they were going to slap us up. We're coming to the Etihad. We will learn the hard way. And they did not do exactly that to us. So if we come out of there with a point and then they try to say, oh, well, you didn't play expansive football. You came and parked the aeroplane. You came and parked the building. You parked the foundation. Well, my friend, your team is not good enough to beat us this season. That's what it is. Accept
Three
it.
times.
Three times. You have not won it. 1-1. You're not good enough this season to beat us. So hold that L. Hold it boldly and proudly. Don't come here and make it a different story. I will hold you to that standard too.
Okay. Mo, there's 4 Arsenal fans here. I have to be able to respond when they do something like this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dio and I talked. I said it was going to be a tough game like Saad. Saad actually knew what he was getting into going to the Etihad and having a game. I said 2-1. It was going to be tough. Now, holding the club to the standard, the treble standard, many City fans will continue to do that. But in the game in particular, recognizing how good Arsenal were, we said it was going to be a tough game. You yourself, not talking about everybody in the universe, you yourself said 3-1, and your standards.
You said 2-1. You said 2-1. Your standards are way more in the mud because I'm at your home.
Dayo, can he finish and then you can respond to him? Because I want him to land. Go ahead.
When you have a man that's talking about slapping you in your own house, that standard was nowhere near of your club. Now, when I say you're coming to my grounds and it's going to be a tough game and I'm looking to get a 2-1, we're here. We're here in terms of who should be accountable for what they say. Now, all the other City fans and Arsenal fans, we can have that conversation another time. But you get triggered when Mo brings it up because you realize that your standards were way off. And your manager showed way more respect than you did coming to my house. Simple.
What are you talking about? No, listen to the let us just break this down on a.
Guys, I can't spend 20 minutes on the super chat. Guys,
I'm sorry.
I need to finish. I need to finish this the next one, and then I need to go to the Brighton game. Comdine, did Zerbi said it's a penalty? So how can you say it isn't? Lee Dixon said it's not a penalty. Did Zerbi knows more about the game, the laws, more than Lee Dixon? Which one is it? Comdine. It's very simple. It's my opinion. I'm going to explain it why. Guys, I apologize. I will do all the rest of the super chats, guys. After this, I'm going to do all the super chats. So keep sending your super chats. We're going to stop another time to do all the super chats about the Arsenal game. Here is my explanation for the penalty, and you guys can go off and you guys can tell me I'm a fraud or whatever. There was a touch on the ball. Right, that touch literally deflected the ball, and then his foot landed and tripped Gabriel Jesus. It's not a follow through. It's not dangerous. Normally, you call a penalty when the follow through catches a player and it's dangerous. Right? That one by itself, just put in your mind that the deflection is very subjective. What if Lamptey hit the ball and it went to a throw in? What if the deflection took it to a throw in? Would that be a free kick? No, it wouldn't. Right? So it's all about subjective. My point is the referee should have been told, by the way, you missed a touch on the ball by Lamptey. Lamptey deflected the ball. So that means his tackle was successful to touch the ball. And then his foot landed, and then Gabriel Jesus tripped on him. It's a very simple thing. Just think about it. You have to exaggerate.
I disagree, Mo. I disagree. I think for me, you've got to look at it. One, the fact that Jesus actually chips the ball, is chipping the ball over his leg, and then you get a little touch. So he was already planning on doing that and then getting past the player. That touch, if he didn't then go through, hit Jesus still gets to that ball. He's running with full throttle, run into that. So you've been done. In my opinion, he's been done, and he's caught his man. For me,
can I just ask a question? What do you mean done if the defender already touched the ball? So he succeeded.
Block. How many times?
The word block means you touch the ball. You deflected the path of the ball.
Mo, does that happen? How many times on the pitch does a player get the ball, but then it's a foul still because of how they got the ball?
Exactly, but that's it. So now it's subjected to the tackle. You think that tackle? You think Tarek Mitchell, who swiped to get the ball, touched the ball, and then touched Gabriel Jesus, you think that's dangerous? Or why do you think that's a foul then?
I think that's a foul because he
how
goes
about
to
Ben White clearing the ball and knees to the Stadio Benayotti? How about, would that be a foul then?
Let me explain.
And that was way dangerous, by the way. Would that be a foul?
He's running to the player taking a shot.
If he's taking a shot, if Ben White clearing the ball and literally the studs are up, follow through, getting Benanotti's knees, would that be a free kick to you?
No, because Benanotti's come into him. Yeah, good night himself has come into
who came into who? Yeah? Okay, once Jesus played the ball and Tarek Mitchell touched the ball at that time to deflect it, that means the last person to touch the ball is Tarek Lamptey. It's not Gabriel Jesus.
No, but when you're in the box, yes, but he's trying in a movement. in a movement mode, because you're wrong. You're wrong on that one.
Go ahead.
You're wrong, and I'll tell you why. Sorry, Nemi. I know you want to go, broski.
Okay.
I just want to say you're wrong on that one, because I've watched it over again and again and again here. Yeah,
I'm gonna go watch it again. Maybe I'm wrong.
If you look at how
my mind now,
if you look at how
guys.
if you look at how Jesus is trying to go to the right. Yeah, he's trying to move the ball to the right as Tariq Lamptey comes in. Yeah, he's trying to go in with his foot. He's trying to take the ball off of him. He's trying to tackle the ball. He's not trying to block nothing. He's not standing there and holding his foot there. He's not. He's going in for the tackle. He's trying to take the ball off of Jesus. He hits the ball, but the follow through takes Jesus out. Hence why it is a penalty. It's simple. It's there. The contact was there after he attempted it.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why you and Lee are very wrong. And I like Lee, but he was unbelievably wrong because of his bias, because he was a defender. He kept saying the word, he won the ball. He won the ball. What do you mean won the ball? If he doesn't bring Jesus down, Jesus has possession. How is that a win?
And
you can't
he deflected the ball.
You can't just touch the ball and say you won the ball. When if you didn't bring him down, the person who actually still has possession. I think it was very rash from Lamptey, and I like Lamptey. I was actually calling for Arteta to sign him before he started getting all these crazy injuries. But that was very rash, and it's just the naivety because he's young. But that was a clear penalty. I don't even think it was up for debate at all. And then everybody in the studio told Lee that he was wrong. They understand the sentiments, but that you don't win a ball when you just touch it slightly, and you don't even take the guy off of the possession. That's what you call winning.
Very good point that you bring in, that Gabriel Jesus is still in position after the touch of the ball. Very good point. I'll take it into account, to be honest. I'm gonna watch it again. No, seriously, if Jesus is still in position after the touch and he was gonna get past him, my point is I actually thought that Gabriel Jesus literally tripped on the leg of Tariq Lamptey when he was swiping to clear the ball. I still think it's subjective, in my opinion. I thought that the right choice was to tell the referee that there was a touch on the ball by Tariq Lamptey, go to the monitor and see it himself, but it didn't happen. But I'm gonna
this is the English game. They change it as soon as they look.
Get what Nemi explained it very well. That if Jesus is still in position and the player took him out, it's a free kick. Yes, I agree with you. See that one? I wanted to see that. Thank you, Dayo. Can we put you on full screen? I'm gonna put Dayo on full screen.
So you see what has happened here?
Yes.
Jesus was already cutting to the right there. Tariq Lamptey was going in with his left leg there. He touched the ball, but the ball was still in the direction Jesus was going in, and he cleared Jesus out of the way. Jesus did not trip on his leg.
And if
so
the
Jesus
ball
was cut. The ball was going in the direction that Jesus wanted it to go. If Jesus was trying to dribble left and Tariq Lamptey deflected the ball right, I'd say, okay, fine, you took the ball away from him. But Jesus was cutting into his right with the ball. Tariq Lamptey basically the ball just grazed his leg. Literally grazed his leg.
Yeah.
It didn't even.
So my only thing is that it's subjective to how strong the deflection is. If it takes it away from Jesus, it might not happen. But I get it. Okay, I'm convinced now. I'm done. I'm convinced. I'm genuinely.
We appreciate that. We appreciate people who can admit.
I'm not gonna just
try to get the Arsenal fans on his side.
Do you want me to No. I'm really Dayo literally explaining, and Nemi. These 2 points I didn't take into account, that the ball was still in Jesus's path, and Tariq Lamptey took him out, and that the deflection wasn't enough that Jesus was gonna get to the ball if it wasn't impeded by. Okay, I get it now. Moving to the game, though, and someone said we need an apology.
Who's that? James. We apologize on his behalf too. Don't worry.
Someone says Mo is trying to force controversy. Well, what about Lee Dixon? Is he as well? Like the guy is professional commentator on TV. He was still talking about it. You guys saw him. Like even at 3-0, he was talking about the penalty.
And I'm like, blinded just move on.
Move on.
And that's sent
big up Lee Dixon, man.
Lee Dixon, man. All other rivals, legends, they're always like smooching up to their team. It seems like Arsenal ones, apart from Ian Wright, they're always like trying to be.
Legends can get it wrong. It's okay.
No, You have a lot. You have a lot of. Listen, Lee Dixon is from the old era of. It's just straight to the point. They don't give a fuck about feelings. They just whatever they think, they're blunt, so they'll just say it to you straight away.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I
He's
hear
the
your
old
argument,
school
and I hear all
generation.
the arguments. I'm not gonna be a closed-minded person and then say no, I am right. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna sit here and do that, guys. I'm gonna do the super chat. I see all the super chats. There are people that are supporting the channel. Really appreciate you. And we are 4 likes away from 400 likes, and we have 700 people here plus. So, guys, we can get to 400 likes quickly. On the game, though, how tough was it, Giuseppe?
Yeah. Listen, tough, man. Like the people are saying, like, oh, the performance of Arsenal. The performance was, for me, top quality from Arsenal. Brighton are good. Like, once again, there's all this thing that as soon as Arsenal play someone, everyone's crap. As soon as Arsenal play any team at any stadium or wherever, that team becomes shit and Arsenal become the best team on earth and they must win and they must like dominate the entire game and they must be comfortable for the whole game. Listen, September was the last time this team lost at home, and we've gone and beat them 3-0, clean sheet. They had 2 shots on target. Once again, people watch this with emotion. Arsenal, even Arsenal fans, they had the ball, but they weren't doing nothing. This defense is too good right now. Like, honestly, this defense is too good right now. 2 shots on target for them. One of them was a quality shot from really far out. Quality shot, great save by Raya. So, listen, for me, I think that it was a great performance. Yes, there was times where at the start of the game we were a bit sloppy with the passing. I felt like Zinchenko was a weak link in the team today, 100%. I don't want to see him starting any more games in the Premier League, I'll be honest. Maybe I'm a bit of a Zinchenko hater. I actually like Zinchenko, but I just think he is the weak link. Like, if you slip up, I can see it coming from him. It gives teams something when he's playing. I feel like when teams see our back line with Zinchenko in it gives them a bit of confidence. Although we're doing really well defensively, they're like, we can get at this guy. This guy can screw up. This guy can, and it's always that side. So I think that's a problem. But listen, I think that we've done enough to even get players like Saka off, got Odegaard off for a bit so we can rotate. So I think it was great. Havertz on the score sheet, scored the goals at the right periods of the game. Havertz again killing off the game, great goal to get in the position. And yeah, man, listen, I'm happy, man, to win 3-0 away from home anyway against any team in the Premier League is a great result. We get an extra goal difference on City as well because they only won by 2 goals today. That's going to be very important this season. Because jokes aside, there's a very high possibility of this season actually going down to goal difference. Very high possibility. So it's important to do that. So for me, the clean sheet as well, that's 3 games in how many games is it now? It's over 750 hours. Yeah, 750 minutes since Arsenal conceded away from home. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Giuseppe, I disagree with the answer to the first question more. I don't necessarily think it was a tough game. And I'll tell you why. It was tough for me. I was sweating here on my bed watching my team play just because I have that emotional attachment to the game. But if we really deep it, in 15 minutes, if we weren't as I've never seen Arsenal be that wasteful since the West Ham game at home. If in the 15 minutes we had 3 clear opportunities and we would have breezed the game. If Saka scored his opportunity, Gabriel's header, these were not tough chances. And then if you look at the entirety of the game, I don't want to act so cocky, to be honest. I get what you're saying, but if you see these players and the opportunities they created, the game should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah, but you could.
It's never truly easy.
Counter that of what you just said we should have put chances away 100%. But then if these guys were had a bit more cutting edge and a bit more clinical, they could have possibly got some goals against us early on in the game. There was one where that winger was doing Zinchenko all game, and there was the one where he put it across and he rushed it a bit and it went to end up going to Raya. There was a few opportunities that they squandered as well. So that you got to look at that. You can't just say we should. But it wasn't.
I don't think they didn't get there. The opportunities didn't even. I think Raya had to make that one save when he cut in and then he hit the ball to the far post. I think
But for me, game being hard ain't only down to the opportunities you give away in the shots. It was a tough game because they were pressing us hard. Yeah, they were really on our players whenever we got the ball. It was hard for us. The way we've controlled games this season, we couldn't control this game like that. They didn't let us. They played. I think they played well.
Giuseppe, let me help Nemi out here. I think what Nemi is saying is like, if you remember the Brentford game, that was a game that seemed a lot more difficult than the way we played against Brighton today. When I mean difficult, understand what I'm saying? Like getting the players in the right positions, pressing them, getting the goals that we did at the time that we got the goal that we did against Brentford. It seemed like it was almost a draw. Like imagine us playing Brighton today to about after the second goal. I'm sure you were like, yep, it's a wrap. Our defense can take care of everything else. Like I was that confident after the second goal.
Because our defense is that good.
Yeah, no, that's something. So I think that's what Nemi means by like it wasn't if you deep it, it didn't look as difficult. But as a fan, you would still be panicking because it's just 2 goals up. It's like, look, anything can happen, right? But if you think about it vis-a-vis other games we've played where we struggle to find that one goal at the last minute, 86 minutes, 87 minutes, just to win it, like those for me would be like the difficult, like like those are the difficult games. So I think I understand where he's coming from vis-a-vis just like balancing it out. That's what I
there's a difference. This team has taught me that. Sorry, I need to. I'm trying to see the game. This is weird because I've never done this before. I'm seeing the game from the player's perspective from now on. I can't because I get too emotional. I'll start tearing up or some crap. But if these players, bro, they were uber focused the entire game. I know you were digging out Zinchenko. Yes, I have a problem with him. He always makes mistakes. At least one a game that would have cost us serious issues. But these players know it better than we do. That's why what happens, Gabriel is always there. Always there. Because they've talked about this. He has lapses in his game that we cannot fix. But these players
get him out of the team. So get him out of the team. We got Tomiyasu and Kivior that Kivior has proven while Zinchenko's been gone that we don't have them same problems.
He doesn't need to be at left back.
Giuseppe, there's a reason we play that inversion against certain teams. And this is what I'm trying to tell a lot of Arsenal fans. If our team cannot be dynamic enough to play in different ways against different teams, and you just want Zinchenko, you just want a Tomiyasu at the back because Tomiyasu is solid and nobody's going to go through him, and we're just going to put Kiwior because nobody's going to go through him, and then you go play a team that plays a low block and you don't have those extra bodies in midfield that actually will allow you to be able to break down that low block, what happens? You play a lot of draws. And then you end up coming out of that game with a draw, with a solid back four. Don't get me wrong, that didn't leak any goals, and then we just couldn't pop any goals because we didn't have an extra man up front.
But what Zinchenko does, teams, you don't get it. For me, in my eyes, this is my opinion. I think Zinchenko gives oppositions hope. I think when they're playing against us, he gives 100%. Them hope because he's gonna. They look at him and then he makes a mistake, so they get an attack. All of a sudden, the crowd are up. Everyone's on it. Yeah, he's too busy trying to cheer on the crowd now. Just play the game. Listen, so many times I can see it. I see it today, man. It was clear as day. Ben White was hardly getting attacked. Yeah, it was all Zinchenko. He gives teams hope at the back. He's a good player, squad player. Come on, when you're winning the game. If we're winning 2-3-0, bring it.
Let me say this.
I will just say this, though. I trust my gaffer and I trust who he plays. He played Zini today. We won 3-0. So whatever anybody wants to say about who played in what position or what position they did not play or whether they played well, the fact that we come in and we try to pick on each individual player and try to make it seem like
you can still be critical even when winning.
I'm not saying we can't be critical. I've said this many times. What I think Arteta is doing with this team is he's building a unit and not a team like Man City that can point out to Kevin De Bruyne, who's a great guy, on the Rodri or a Foden that can just pop off and just take the game by the horn. Like, this team is based off of a solid unit that goes and plays a certain way against certain teams, right? Whatever the team is bringing,
solid, mate. That's what I'm saying. In my opinion,
you have to actually let Veta.
I want the City, man. I want to hear what the City player has to say about this one.
All right, so I watched the game. The game for my City game was at 7:30 local time for me, so I was already up, getting brunch ready for the family, and I'm watching the game now. Zinchenko. I know him very well.
What hour was it? What hour?
7:30 for me for my City game.
City game is 7:30.
Yeah, so I was up mad early for the start of that game.
Are you East Coast?
I'm East Coast. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So can I know what about?
Yeah, Toronto.
Toronto, you're East Coast. Okay, good.
Shout out to all my Toronto international football lovers out there. We know ball. You guys.
Edge.
There you are.
Edge.
Now,
shout Bret Hart.
Now, Bret Hart. Now, listen, Zinchenko, I know him very well. He's been at my club. I know what he brings and what he's not strong at. And the thing is, regardless of whatever team you are, the opposing team is going to pick out where they think vulnerability is or where they think you are weak defensively. If it's not Zinchenko playing, whoever's on that side, I think they probably think they get more joy on that side than they do on Ben White's side. So I don't think it's a reflection of it being Zinchenko. I think teams have probably decided that's the side they're going to attack you on. Because what Zinchenko brings is also, you then have to kind of sit back a little bit defensively, the opposing team, because of what he can do. He's a midfielder playing in that role. So I don't think you should crash it on him too much, but strategically, I think many clubs look to attack your left-hand side more so because they think we'll get more joy there than Ben White's side. It's not a Zinchenko thing.
The only thing I say to that, the only thing I say about this Zinchenko thing is if his ability on the ball is all that he has, because his defensive ability is shocking. I'm just gonna come out and say it as it is. It's shocking. If he has the ability to go forward, why not play him in the midfield? Why not bring him in as a midfielder? Why not play a player like Tomiyasu, who has the ability to go forward and is even better than Zinchenko when it comes to tracking back? When Zinchenko tracks back, it's always 50-50. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know whether he's gonna make a mistake or you don't know whether he's gonna actually do it well. On numerous occasions today, like twice, one time he got he went into the guy that had Tariq Lamptey, I think it was, who had the ball, and then let Adingra just go right past him and just run down the line. They did a 1-2, and then Adingra's running. Yeah, the second one that he did was a missed touch, and the ball nearly went to Adingra. We're lucky that the ball was heavily hit. Yeah, that he didn't even touch it. Bro, you have to be controlling the ball like that, bro. You have to be controlling the ball in that situation so it doesn't get to the guy. I'll give him one praise, though. On one occasion, he did actually jockey the guy well, and Gabriel was able to come over there so they could double up on him. Yeah? All I'm going to say is we don't need to have him in as a left-back position. I think there's other... If we want to keep him in this team, there's other positions that he can be played in where you can utilize his best abilities and his best attributes, and then he does more for the team. Not put us. As soon as they started the game, what happened to Adingra, who's been playing on the left all season? Adingra, come to the right. You're being on the right today because we already know that's a weak point in their team. That's a weak point because Zinchenko is there. If Tomiyasu was there or somebody else that's more defensively stable, they wouldn't put somebody there like that.
But that will kill the plan. That will kill Arteta's plan, because the reason Zinchenko is in the team is to add an extra midfielder.
Bro, we saw like 35 goals in the past 5 games this calendar year without Zinchenko.
You know what's crazy? Giuseppe and I legit agree. I would rather somebody else come there. But I agree with Dio more because I've given up doubting Mikel Arteta. I've given up. And it's only because if we
can't do that, City, you can ask Vader right now, and he'll still have times where he doubts Pep Guardiola, bro.
Let me tell you,
and they've won everything.
I'm just saying, if we put Zinchenko in the middle, we lose somebody in the middle, and he doesn't add anything to us. The reason why we have Zinchenko coming in is so we play with 3 at the back. Gabriel's on the left, Saliba in the middle, and then Zinchenko can play as the extra man in the midfield since teams are going to play the low block most of the time against us.
And listen. I watched the game. Like I said, I watched it. I watched all 90 minutes of it. You don't have to worry about your defense. You honestly don't. The way you defended today, the way I saw, and I don't know if any of you go back and watch the games, but I saw the same defense. No disrespect. No jabs, but I saw the same defense against City, against Brighton today. I saw all 11 players like zoned in, ready to defend for their lives and ready to break when they won possession. So I think that's how you're set up. And if you play that way, you can afford to have a Zinchenko. I honestly think you can afford to have a Zinchenko playing that role. But Mo.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Vator, for joining. Appreciate, guys. Vator Games is in the description, along with the other guys. Because, guys, Nemi's channel is in the description. We need this guy and more subscribers, along with Sicilian Gunnar, of course, Giuseppe, along with Saad as well. We're still here, people. Vator has to go because he has other stuff to do before HUSAM stream. Of course, stay here. Dio and Vator are going head-to-head again. Round 2 on HUSAM stream, people, on This Is Football. Round 2 is happening, but we're not going anywhere. We're still talking Arsenal. Appreciate you, Vator. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you soon, Vator. Appreciate you, Vit.
Now we can talk. Let's talk Arsenal.
So I just want to come out first and say it,
guys. In the next 5 minutes, you got 5 minutes, and then I have to do the super chats, and then we can continue talking. I need to respect the people that send super chats, Saad. So 5 minutes. Saad, you have the next 20 seconds. Oh, okay, 30.
He's such a fraud. Listen, I love you too, Broski. Listen, I just want to say something real quick. Havertz today for me was outstanding. That was an outstanding performance from him today. Off the ball, outstanding. On the ball, he was making the right touches, the right passes, everything. Yeah. Odegaard also absolutely brilliant. This guy is the maestro. He is the maestro. He controls the tempo of the game. He's just the midfielder that you really want. That is the midfielder that you want in your 10, controlling everything. That is the one that you want in your midfield, controlling everything in the game when you have the possession of the ball, the lion's share of possession. The defense today, Saliba was the better out of the two, out of him and Gabriel. And Saliba today was just untouchable, bro. Unplayable. And for me, listen, I think these wins are worth much more than the Man City one, and I'll tell you why. Because this is the team that people would normally say, this is where Arsenal slip up. After big games, that's normally when they slip up. When it comes up against these teams, where they get caught off guard, where their mentality drops, their heads go. Do you know what I mean? We didn't go today. Yeah, we did not go today. We came there with one thing in our mind, and that was get our game out of the way. We got Bayern on Tuesday. We are going to get these games rolling. We're going to keep this momentum going. And listen, I just want to say this quickly because my food is literally outside, but I am so proud of this team. I know I'm coming back, but I just need to get my food from this guy. I'm so proud of my manager. I'm so proud of this team, bro, because I think, and I've been saying this since day one, yeah, when Mo and the rest of them and Ahwa tried to corner me and tried to get me to say Mikel Arteta out, I say this and I say it again. I believe my gaffer and he will win this league for me. I believe that we will win the Premier League this season. I truly believe that. And I'll say that with chest. I'll say that in front of everyone. I don't give a shit. I believe we are going to win the league this season, yeah? I don't care, bro. Put me full screen because we are going to win this league. We are going to win this league this season, man. The mentality is different. The players' mentality is different. The managers' mentality is different. Even the subs that came on today fought like it was 0-0. So when I tell you that we are going to win this league, it's because our mentality is different and the quality is different. The defending is different and the way we go forward is different. Yeah, it's different from last season. This is not the same team that you were looking at. We'll go to Bayern next, and I truly believe that we can get that done over the line as well.
Oh, well said.
Coming for Prime Minister.
Right back.
Yeah,
President speech.
just to add to what Sad said, I'm going to be honest with you. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Dayo and Giuseppe. If I'm 30 years old, growing up in Nigeria, I only started watching Arsenal really after the Invincible season. I didn't even get to fully watch Arsenal during the Invincible season. But then so I've seen all of the pain.
I'm sorry for you.
I know. I'm telling you the truth.
And you chose Arsenal?
I didn't have a choice. Kanu Nwankwo is my king. He's my
People
goat.
still
I didn't have a choice.
mate.
But no. But I'll tell you something. I have never seen anything like this before. I might even be late to this. There's something special going on with the way they talk, the way these players speak during interviews is different. In the 64th minute today, I said this in my recap of this game today. Ben White had a throw-in in our own area. You could hear the scream that he was screaming at Saliba to get forward, just because he wasn't doing the right thing at that moment. Remember, Saliba is a young kid. I've never seen this type of focus before, ever in my Arsenal team. Like I said, I haven't been here forever. But the way these men are playing and are communicating with each other, all you hear is screams all the time. If you pay attention, everybody's talking to everybody all the time. And I'm worried that you talked about Odegaard. You talked about my skipper, who, for me, he had an underwhelming loan spell. But he came back, and Arteta chose to make this man captain, and I could not see it. For the life of me, I was blinded. We signed Jorginho. I'm like, why are we signing somebody that can't walk? He's so slow. Why are you bringing this guy in? And then but he's fit. Throw him on. How many times have I said that? I'm biting my tongue with pride because my manager has shown me that I'm actually stupid. I don't know anything about the game. I truly don't.
Here is my analysis of the game. I've been sitting for about like how long? 30 minutes. So in this game, there are a couple of positive things that I spoke about it in the on the other stream the other day, and I said it on my solo stream. This game was on 3 phases. This game, the first half, which was a 50-50 between the two teams. Arsenal had a little bit of more of the possession, and I thought both teams nullified each other. Arsenal didn't create enough chances in the first half. If it wasn't for the penalty, I thought Arsenal would not have scored in the first half. Raya had that save. So that first half actually was very tough on Arsenal because I see the players are trying so hard to move the ball, making overlap. But Arsenal were still, one of the things about this Arsenal team, and that's the first half, is their defense makes them a very comfortable team. Like we know that we are still in the game no matter what. Their defense don't allow a lot of chances. This is something that in the first half, I saw that no matter what Brighton would do, they weren't dangerous. They were trying at end ground. Zinchenko, doesn't matter. They weren't that dangerous apart from the shot that Enciso had. That is a wonder shot. You cannot prevent that no matter who's your defense are. You know what I mean? It's a very good shot that Enciso had. The one thing that I wanted to mention in this game about Arsenal is how Arteta and the players managed the second half. The second half consisted of 2 phases. The first, after he saw the first half, Arteta in the second half completely changed the way you played. You kind of pushed some players higher. You had about 65% ball position in the beginning before you scored the goal. And I thought that Arsenal in that time were in total control of the game, not only in terms of position, in total control of where the ball is going. Like they went to the places that they wanted to go. And Arteta was very, very good at that time. And also after this, after he scored the second goal, this is the difference, and I'm going to say this, and I said this about Arteta. That's the difference between this team and the team of last season and this team and Manchester City team. Arsenal now showed us in the last 2 games that they are very comfortable sitting everyone behind the ball. And I mean everyone. And you won't break us down. Guys, Brighton had 82% possession after you scored the goal. And Arsenal looked very comfortable. It was all right. You can have the ball you want. You're not breaking us down. And they tried to play, Brighton tried to play their triangles and all the stuff, and it didn't work. It didn't work. And if they played the game for another 90 minutes, you felt like, Brighton aren't scoring, aren't even creating a clear-cut chance. They aren't. That's the difference between Arsenal this season and even Manchester City. Does that make sense? Manchester City don't know how to defend that deep against teams for that long. Because I think you scored the goal in the 60th minute, 60, 59, 60.
The second goal, right?
Second goal. For 30 minutes, Arsenal were comfortable defending very deep for 30 minutes. That is new. Arsenal last year didn't know how to do that. You had one gear, one way of playing. And even in the beginning of the season, when people criticized Arteta about plan B, here you go. Not only a plan B, a completely different way of playing football. I'm being very objective about Arsenal now. I thought the game would be tougher than this, but Arsenal played the game in phases, right? At the end, Arsenal did, at the end of the game, exactly what they thought they would do against City for 90 minutes, which is on the counter, we get one pass and the guy's behind. But Gabriel Jesus fluffed his lines against City. Arsenal were defending very deep against City, and in the transition, Arsenal are good. This was my analysis of the game. And that's what I keep saying. Arteta is learning on the job, and he's improving, to be honest. And he now has 2 ways. When I said after Arsenal, and sorry for speaking a lot, because I haven't spoken for the last 30 minutes. When Arsenal won against Liverpool, I sat on shows, and I thought, and Saad can back me on this, and I said Arsenal win every game against until they face Man City. And I said that for one reason. Because Arsenal, when they won against Forest away, and I think against Liverpool, and the game before that was against West Ham, if I'm not mistaken. No. That was, you played 3 games in a row, and they looked so different than each other. Crystal Palace. You smashed Crystal Palace at home. Arsenal in these 3 games showed us 3 different ways of playing. Against Liverpool, you sat deep a little bit, hit on the counter. and against Forest away from home in a very tough ground. You won the game 2-1, if I'm not mistaken, when Miami scored that second goal, and you smashed Crystal Palace at home. And I said that showed me three different ways of playing football. Now Arsenal in the last 2 games, right, against City and against Brighton, they showed me that we're very adaptable. If you want to have position and attack us, we'll hit you on the counter. We're becoming, as Martin says in the chat, we're very flexible. You can try to attack, you can try to sit deep, we'll try to get our goal. That is something new to this Arsenal team. It's very new to this Arsenal. Arsenal fans don't know this. Arsenal fans all their life knew one way of playing football. Let's do tiki-taka, let's enjoy the game, results, and like. Now Arteta's showing you something else, something completely different, right?
But we still have the tiki-taka. We didn't lose
when
it.
You have position. When you have position.
I mean, you can have tiki-taka without the ball.
Now is that one of the things that I'm noticing lately, and I noticed in this game, Odegaard is taking a little bit of a step back in terms of playing the final pass. He's the one now is not letting Jorginho and Rice dictate the tempo. He's the one who's getting on the ball more often to dictate the tempo. He is taking a little bit of a step back from the final playmaker, the number 10. He's being a complete number 8. Do you know what I mean? A number 8, he's like, I'm going to get involved in the back and I'm going to get closer. I'm going to play the pass before the pass and I'm doing all of this. He's running a lot, which is credit to him. He's improving. This Arsenal team is absolutely improving game by game. If they can keep it up like this, listen, if anybody tells me I see signs of Arsenal slowing down, I'm going to tell them you're a liar. Your answer is, but it's just Arsenal, which is for me, it's not footballing answer.
Mo, you know why you're right as well? Because a lot of people, we were speaking to Hamza the other day and he goes, Arsenal can't win this league. They haven't got the experience. And everything we're seeing now this season with Arteta and how you say is the different ways of playing is all because we lost it.
Super chats after Giuseppe, people. If you want to get a super chat in, super chats right after Giuseppe speaks. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that to say we haven't got experience, certain fans, this is now us seeing the experience that got gained of us not winning the league last season. Arteta looked at last season, the players have looked at last season and said, why did we not win? And the reason we didn't win last year is because last year, you were right, we was not flexible like this. We couldn't do that. The injuries aside, forget even the injuries because we weren't this good defensively. And
the guy had Rob Holding and tried to play the same brand of football. Same exact brand of football. Like same exact brand of football with Rob Holding in the team.
Yeah, exactly. And this is where I've seen the experience gained. And that's why I think this team is getting serious. And that's why a lot of people are scared, like with making their things of it's going to happen, hoping it will happen rather than actually talking.
Sam is not going to start until I'm done. We're going to be done. Don't worry about it. He's going to text me. And if Sam is watching, he's going to text me. Let me do the super chats now. Appreciate everyone that sent the super chat. And we're actually over 500 likes, people. 500 likes. What a win.
Let's go, guys.
Wallahi, what a win, people. From you guys are legends in the chat. Legends in the chat. Thank you, everybody. Get your super chats in now because I think this is the last time. We're going to start. If you want to get involved, if you want us to comment on anything, if you have, we're going to start. HUSAM is in the chat. Hold on.
Text you for what?
We're gonna send Dayo your way, HUSAM. We're about to be done.
I was about to jet out. But no, carry on.
We're about to be done. Big up HUSAM, of course. This is Football in the Chat. My new partner on MHF, guys. I want one of the mods to put MHF in the description. We have 700 people. Guys, go subscribe to MHF, please. Mo, as someone who watches Scudetto and to the panel, Sarri ball or the Zerbi ball? Is the Zerbi an imitation of Sarri without Insigne, Hamsik, Mertens, and Jorginho? Come on, you goodness. The answer to this, someone, is it's similar to Sarri, but I'm gonna tell you the difference between both. The Zerbi is a much slower tempo than Sarri, was way more direct. Maurizio Sarri is way more direct.
You'd rather take the extra pass, the Zerbi.
Like the Zerbi would like lure you in. You know what? The Zerbi that come. I will try to break you when you. He actually had really good passes to break Arsenal's line in the first half.
Yeah,
really good. They were really good. But again, I'm gonna tell you, bro, give the Zerbi a better quality players, and you'll see. Give the Zerbi a proper forward instead of Danny Welbeck.
Oh my gosh.
And even Adingra, he's so inexperienced. JJ,
he's good for Liverpool.
I think he would do. I'm not sure he would do well for Liverpool. Liverpool aren't that type of position. He would do well at City. He would do well at Arsenal. Maybe. The new era glory hunter City fan Vater, Hamza, Etik, get easily rattled by Arsenal or a section of Arsenal fans. Best focus on your own team. Thank you, JJ. I don't think they get rattled. I think a lot of people get rattled by Arsenal because they're going to lose their banter team that they can joke about.
Yep.
Guys, I'm genuinely thinking that is true. They're going to lose that.
They've already lost it.
They're getting it all out now. They're getting it all out.
They've lost it already, and they're trying to create new things. They're trying to create new things.
I can't say who's your daddy again. If Arsenal wins the league with the Premier Champions League, I can't say that. You know what I mean? The masked cannon is saying Thomas Partey on the panel today, or I'm tripping. Yes, he's tuning in from London.
That's why I didn't play today. I didn't play today because I had to be on, Footy Judge
now
mode.
I think now we got United, Manchester United. It's amazing. It's amazing. And it's even better. Martin is saying, Mo, strawman argument about Kai. Xhaka was good for his goal scoring and assist, and Kai is too on the L. No, Xhaka wasn't good only for that. Xhaka was different about the 8 because he was the guy that does. I'm Arsenal fan. I have 4 guys. Xhaka would be getting involved in the forward, and he would still sprint to do the last-ditch tackles last year. Don't do that. Don't do that. He wasn't the forward. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Rice is the one who's actually playing the Xhaka role. Right?
Now he's doing it very well. But to compare Kai Havertz to Granit Xhaka is really...
Is he doing it better?
I don't know. Probably he's more consistent than Xhaka. But Xhaka, guys, remember, Xhaka last season was one of the reasons why Arsenal were doing that good.
Quality.
City fans go 4v1 in debates because there aren't many. No, I don't think so. I actually have a lot of Man City fans in my contacts to come to shows. Ikena Onu. That's an African name, 100%.
Ikena Onu is a Nigerian.
Ikena Onu.
Yeah.
Arsenal going gun-ho at City is a non-starter. Title race 1 point ahead. We had to counter. Yes, I agree. If City was ahead, game would have been difficult. It's riddles. We were behind Liverpool. We beat them. Arteta adapt to each game's need. Yes, thank you. We literally spoke about that. Dayo, Husam is asking for you to go, and then we're gonna finish and send you the way. Thank you, Dayo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do the rest of Super Chats now, and then we're gonna end people. Thank you, Dayo. Appreciate you, Dayo. Appreciate you, buddy. Maybe we'll see you Tuesday. Dayo, maybe we'll see you Tuesday.
Let it go.
Yeah, let's go. Yes, bro.
You
can't hold it down anymore.
I'm gonna text you, Dayo. If you're free after the Champions League, we'll get you on.
All right, my brother.
Dayo, we'll connect. Take it easy.
We'll connect. Yeah, yes, Baba. Yes. Nice one, man.
Nice to meet you, man.
See you guys. See you, Dayo. Which ones I have? Yes. This one. Here we go, people.
There you are.
Too many overlays. Mo, next time say the mighty triple winner City. I actually say that a lot. I tell Man City, based on the standards last season, you're worse than that. But yeah, thank you so much. And Tevin is saying the deflection didn't take the path away from Jesus. Yes, Tevin. And he took him out of his way in the ball. That was the explanation. Yes, Nemi explained it to me. And so sad. So was Dayo. And I actually convinced now it is a penalty now. Thank you so much. Tevin, appreciate you. Hamza Shampoo. KDB has more GA than Ghost Odegaard. Big up, Mo.
Gustagard.
Hold on. Are you guys serious? Is that a serious thing?
That's crazy.
Yeah, Hamza. I think Hamza.
Hold on. Is that a serious thing in the league that Kevin De Bruyne has more GA than Odegaard?
I think it is. Yeah.
No. Martin Odegaard 13. No, I don't see Kevin De Bruyne yet.
I'll check. Let me see.
Hold on. Is that serious? He has 13. Is that serious? Can you guys check?
Yeah, I'm checking now. No, he doesn't. In the league, he doesn't. He has 9.
He has 9. Odegaard has 13. What are you on about? Because he had 4 assists in the cup, you're counting that?
Desperate City fans.
Congrats on MHF, Channel Mo, and sub, guys. Yes, people. MHF is in the description. We want to increase the subs. We'll start doing shows on it. Big up everybody that joined us, people. I really appreciate you guys. Big up Nemi, Giuseppe, Sad, I don't know if Husam started. We'll wait until he starts, of course, so we can redirect. I actually think he did. So big up everybody that joined us. Here you go, another super chat. Rice and Kobe.
Rico.
Rice. Oh, Rico. Yeah,
Rice?
Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis.
It's better
Guys,
than Kobe Mano.
Dayo, you guys don't go anywhere. Dayo and Vitor going at it again. And Husam with Brandon. Vitor is definitely gonna trigger all of them. Plus, it's Martin, the City fan. You guys have to watch that stream. Anna myself, I'm gonna go watch it. It would be absolutely fantastic. Rice bigger than Kobe Mano. It's not even a comparison, my friend. But he don't have Man United.
It's Rico.
It's Rico Lewis. He's talking about Rico Lewis is better than Kobe Mano.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, 100% he isn't.
No way. I don't know if I agree with you guys. I might agree with this Man City fan.
No.
Rico's underrated.
No, Rico's good.
Yeah, but Kobe Manu.
Can I say it? Can I tell you one thing?
In the part of the
watch Rico Lewis when Pep Guardiola leaves. Bojan Krkic.
Oh no, come on.
I'm telling you, Rico Lewis is good. He's not great. I don't like him. He's a good player in that system of Manchester City. I don't think he's great. He's not Foden. He's not like he's not Cole Palmer.
If you made them
Kobe Mano with Pep Guardiola side, what are you gonna see?
Yes, but it's not even that. If you get them to switch places, you put Rico Lewis in that midfield or in the
but they don't play the same. Rico plays right back. He plays everywhere.
Okay, that's fine. So you put him in there, and then you get him to do the roles that he was doing at Manchester City. It doesn't work.
Anyway, I actually think Kobe Mano is clear of Rico Lewis, in my opinion. Listen, appreciate everyone that joined us. Wallahi, guys, you are legends. We're almost at 600 likes live on the air. Appreciate everyone. And we'll see you guys tomorrow after the Spurs game with Deji. Make sure to tune in. Stay here. Don't go anywhere.
Take care, guys.
Your best mate.